again to Fortress. I agree. 2368 some more Dwarf Fortress. The same one as we started last week. Intro. I will not be streaming next Monday. Next week. Will not be streaming next week. Unfortunately, there's been a death in the family, and I'll be away at a funeral in quite a ways away from where I live. So I will not be streaming on Monday the 15th. I probably won't be streaming next week at all. I might do a short non-Dwarf Fortress stream just to keep myself in the rhythm of getting OBS set up and everything else. But I won't be streaming Dwarf Fortress. It will just be we'll be continuing this the week after, which will be the 22nd. Yeah, so let's pop on over. I can. So this is bolt tongs, which if anybody who was watching last week will remember, we did a lot of umming and ahhing as to which fortress we would reclaim. We are retaking an ancient fallen dwarf hold and making it, rebuilding it, fixing it new. I've kind of, I haven't done anything to this fortress since then. So all of this is exactly as it was when we saved last time. So it's still only late spring. But we've made a little bit of a start. I've set up some stockpiles to bring stuff both from deeper in the fortress where things had been abandoned, and also from the wagon. There's just a little bit of a few bits and pieces there that we can still bring in. And I've mostly been just putting stuff kind of willy-nilly into the kind of blockhouse that was built on the surface here. Start building this this little drain to be a future well, and also a nice little bit of a future well, and also a source of stone to start with. Oh, Kaolinite, interesting. We're also going to be doing our best to, let's say, reclaim the wealth and bounty that was left for us by the previous inhabitants, builders. I might do some digging out here, because this might be cavern layer, and I am going to need to do some delving into the caverns so I can set up farms in a protected space, underground farms. I'm not sure what this is. This might be a road, so that might go all the way to the edge of the map, in which case we'll need to do something to make this securable. And then we can see there seems to be a lot of bedrooms or some such on this floor. I'm mostly exploring here just to remind myself of what was here and what was available. Silver weaponry, some nice crossbows. Large troll of a toga. Must have had humans or something else living here that would be a large creature. So the other reason I'm having a look around is you can see there are bits of this map that I have not had vision in, or none of the dwarves have had vision in, that we don't know what's like further down this corridor. So that could be a stairwell down, it could be more more rooms, it could be just a dead end, but we don't know yet. So one of my tasks I'm setting myself tonight is to do a more thorough exploration of what is in this place, so that we can. Um, Gone. So Dwarf Fortress. I should explain for people who aren't familiar with the game, aren't familiar with Dwarf Fortress. It is a tile-based map, so it's a grid of squares, but then you stack the grids on top of each other. So this elevation number lets you know how far down or up you are. So if I'm scrolling through them quickly with the mouse wheel, which I appreciate might be disorienting to some viewers. But this is what I'm tentatively calling our surface layer. So this is where that block house was built, and it's elevation 49. So it's layer 49. We come down to that first layer of bedrooms. That was here at elevation 16. So it's already quite deep down. And the deeper we go, the more likely we are to find the natural caverns, which is a really important source of resources for us. And then below, but also risky, because that's where you can get nasty enemies can come in through those caverns. You can go from things like cave ogres or crundles or things like that, like hurt a dwarf or steal some stuff, all the way up to forgotten beasts that could be the complete ruin of a fortress. But we can also maybe in those spaces find ancient relics. In those spaces we can find things sealed away since the dawn of creation. And in those spaces we might also find something that I'm very much looking forward to, which is magma, the living, the molten rock, the living blood of the world. And with that, we can simplify a lot of our production processes, mostly because I haven't seen much by the way of coal sources when I've been looking through. Yeah, quickly checking here. I can see what material the walls are made out of when I'm mousing over, so you can see this is olivine. This is mica and quartzite. Things that are missing, I seem to be on some kind of volcanic rock here with a lot of orthoclase, the olivine, sphalerite, cobaltite. But what that means is I'm unlikely to come across much lignite or bituminous coal, which are the two really important raw materials for making coal, which leads into metal production. The other way you can deal with that is wood. You can burn wood to charcoal. I have cut down the only tree that was on this map, so I'm going to have to wait in that regard until other trees grow. And there have been saplings. Shale and bauxite on the surface. There might be some stuff up here. But if we see here, we've got some saplings growing. Avocado tree sapling, orange tree sapling. So this kind of southern bit of the map has some plant growth in it, but it's not much. Okay, so there are bits of coal at surface level. That's important. But yes, there is fungi wood in the caverns. Thank you very much, Trades, for pointing that out, and thank you for the first time chat. That is another reason why I want to get into the cavern layers early, and make sure that we can secure wood for making, doing any charcoal that we need to make, doing beds which could only be made out of wood, and also making containers, so barrels and bins, because whilst they can also be made out of metal, metal is much heavier in almost all regards compared to wooden ones, and a heavier container that is being picked up and carried by a dwarf takes them longer to do. So there's a lot of good reasons for me wanting to get down to the caverns. So with all of that out of the way, I think that my plans to start with are going to be Just gonna sealing off this what will be my well. I've got some. I did queue up some doors before we finished the stream last week, and also whilst that's going on, I'm going to take our militia squad. Don't show this again. I'm sorry if where I've placed my camera is causing any problems with UI elements. There's not really very many good places for me to stick it. I don't want to be sticking it up here because anytime I open the jobs menu or anything like that, it's going to be blocking off much more important information. But it does mess around with position of particularly the military menus. It tends to use this side of the map, side of the play area. So yeah, I'm going to be going down, ordering these dwarves to do some scouting, I think, and maybe unforbidding some of the doors in this layer. So this section is all revealed, so it's just down this end of things. Okay, so that door unforbidden. And so will that door. And you are going to assign station order. I'm going to get them to walk over there. Thank you very much, Trades, for letting me know that the camera is fine. It's good to know that I picked a good place. If it's too large, I can adjust it for future streams. I'm not going to adjust it now, that's a bit fiddly. And I'm going to unpause the menu. So, we have a bard visiting. I thought I'd set the tavern to only be citizens. Just for the moment. What is he visiting now? Oh. So, because I've revealed a bit more of my underground space, they've shown me what new materials I've come across. You can see there, yeah, so that's a lot more bedroom, or little rooms of some sorts that I can use. Lots of bedrooms, that's quite handy. Means so in some of my previous fortresses I've had a problem where I get a large migrant wave and then I have to build a bunch of bedrooms, and in the act of building a bunch of bedrooms I generate enough value that my next migrant wave becomes even larger, and so I go from having 30 dwarves to having 200 dwarves over the course of 6 months. Which just becomes very awkward to manage and keep everybody content. That kind of speed of ramp up. Whereas here, because I'm not going to need to excavate to provide for my dwarves for in terms of space. Oh, an ambush! Drive them out. Okay. Do some most profit. Isn't this the guy I killed last time? Okay, groups. He's a member of the Golden Trades, so he shouldn't be military. He's not. So he's not a member of my. He's a member of my civilization, but he's not a member of my sub-faction. So I'm not going to be able to control him, but he shouldn't be hostile. So I just need to be aware that he's going to be knocking about. Alright, so that appears to be that in terms of this floor, and then the floor below, because there's these stairs that come through, they've been able to sound out this space. A lot of lots of metalsmiths forges, a lot of um, furnaces, lots of metalsmiths forges. But I guess that's useful for me because that means I've got an endless supply of anvils to trade away. um, let's have a look. Is there anywhere else on this level? I'm interested as to what this is going on. What's going on with here? Whether this was like supposed to be a tomb or something. So there's if I look in the places menu, there's very few places. Very few previously established zones. Like all of these stockpiles are stockpiles I've set up. There's a lot of workshops, but again, almost all of these are metalsmiths forges. Must be 100 of these things. Um, and there's the only pre-existing zones were um, the tavern at the top. So like I can't tell if something was supposed to be a tomb complex or not because it doesn't exist anymore. Right, I'm gonna pause again. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, looking over here, more metalsmiths forges. No end of them. That's also comprehensively scouted. Cool. Gonna again quickly check. What type of stone are we working with? Diorite. That's not flux, is it? Because that's the other thing I'll be looking for is flux stone. So stone that can be carbonate stones that I can use for steel making to extract impurities from iron. They don't tend to appear much in the kind of geology I'm looking at here. So I'd be mostly probably looking for marble, but there might be inclusions or different geologies given that there are patches of my surface that aren't mountain. It might be that I'm kind of sitting at the edge of two biomes. Pineapple opal, microline, mica, horn silver. I have got a plentiful supply of ores here though. I can and I might get off stream at some point just do some because I have DF hack going here. I might do some prospecting checks just to see what is available and therefore I can set up my trade sensibly. More mica. I'm going deeper here. I'm at elevation -6 now. What I'm looking at because I want to explore as far as I can see. So I'm going to move you to there. Because if I get the message to say you've found expansive underground cavern, then that lets me know that I've very much struck cavern layers. I know that I'm connected into the cavern layers because there's that moss, that cavern moss that was on that landing, I think on level like 10. But I can't prove how connected I am. Native gold, kimberlite, serpentine, crowite, brown zircon. Okay, you're getting a bit thirsty as well. So this again, we've got plants that are native to the caverns. We've got this kind of purplish moss, which I believe is the third cavern layer native. We've got silver and steel equipment down here. Ooh, nice. And creepy, yeah, we've got some cavern native creatures. Okay, chromite, black zircon, magnetite. Magnetite is good to see. Got some display cases, nice. Let's keep going because I still haven't found caverns. Technically, I know that they're here, but it's a long way down. Down. And I want to be Anna. So thank you, Anna Smith. I'm doing well. Yeah, just playing some Dwarf Fortress, enjoying sharing this game with people because um, there's going to like to be a lot of people out there who have heard of but never played or never seen played. You know, I was one of those people until 2017. And with the Steam release, which we're seeing here, with the tile set and the better menu system, or more intuitive menu system, um, it is much more straightforward of an experience to engage with. So this seems to be as deep as this fortress has gone. I don't see any further down ramps at elevation -51, which begs the question of how and where um, they touched into caverns, unless there's another ramp that I haven't seen. There's definitely like these creepy crawlers coming around, which tend to be a cavern dwelling. Yeah, there's rough hewn walls here. In any case, I'm going to cancel their order. They can go back to doing what they would normally do. So that is. Thank you very much for. The stream is going well, I think. We've only been going for about 20 minutes, so I'm trying to get these streams to be about 2 hours long, so we can. So I've got enough time to do this and do other things that I need to. But yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah, so we've got. Yeah, just checking in on that. And by now, I should have a stack of doors. Cool. So what I'm going to do is place structures, doors, door. Keep all the outer placement. A shale door there, a shale door there, a shale door there. Now, Dwarf Fortress doors are. I'm going to need to put something there as well. Completely watertight. So my schedule for streaming, I'll trying to stream this starting at 7 p.m. UK time until 9 p.m. UK time every Monday. 2 hours a week. That's more or less all I can spare. I do work full time and so on and so forth, but it is something I've been wanting to do more and more often. So this is a starting point for me. I think what I'm also going to do is dig out that space so I can put a wall in there and not have any water come diagonally out of this space and flood this tunnel. Constructions. If I pop up here, because stone is valuable to me at the moment at least. Rock blocks. There we go. Scholar is visiting. Okay, we don't have a library yet. But we've put those. Yeah, so. So the other things I'm going to be doing. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the follow. It's very much appreciated. So the targets for today. I'm going to try and see if I can break into cavern layers. Ideally, the first cavern layer, just because of the level of hostility that I'm likely to face. Probably by going down to that first layer that I noticed moss on and digging sideways. Then I'm also going to try and set up some of the underlying logistics for my fortress. So I'll be setting up my bookkeeper's office and my manager's office so I can. It's nice to have international viewers. So, I've got a shell block now, so I can build a little wall there. Constructions, all just that one spot using a shell block. So setting up some of the logistics to have this settlement start working. setting up a still so that my dwarves don't get thirsty, because they get very upset when that starts to happen. And then we can do with these things. Um, so I so I'm very much starting out in terms of streaming, asking about using custom artwork. I am not a skilled artist in any way, and I don't want to be commissioning an artist to do these types of things until I feel like I'm going to stick with it. It's a thing that I've picked up and dropped over the years, and I want to start sticking with it. But once I do, I've got some friends who do digital art and to do physical art, so I might commission something from them. I up my title screen, I am using some stuff from the Dwarf Fortress press packet that Kitfox Games has on their website to be a little bit graphic designy, but mostly it's just going to be my face and the UI, at least for the next few streams until I'm playing doing stuff more regularly. Thank you. It's appreciated, and I'll bear it in mind if there's some at a future date. But in the meantime, it's just going to be this. So this layer here with this dense floor fungus is where I'm going to try and do some exploratory digging. Yep, if you want to message me on Twitch with your portfolio, I'll have a look at it maybe after this stream. Maybe I'll get in touch. There's no promises, but things can happen. So, question is, are you on Discord? Yes, but I don't want to be handing out my personal Discord just freely online. So I think I do have messages open on Twitch. I do a lot of personal organizing stuff on Discord, and I don't really want to cross those streams. Hang on a second. It's saying that there's water around here. Where's that? That might be an aquifer. So I've forbidden these doors, so nobody's going to get trapped. So I'm going to also pop a channel in there, and then when my miner, there's an expansive cavern deep underground. Let's pause and go. So yeah, so as I suspected, let's remove these designations. This was a little secluded area in our cavern layer. You can see it's well grown. There are these tower caps that, as pointed out, have had wood sources underground. Thank you very much for that, Anna. Again, no promises, but we'll see how things progress. So I now have all of this space to look at things. So we've got a lot of tower caps on this and some fungi wood, which is also nice for a different colour of wood to work with. A lot of gabbro and olivine and kimberlite. So again, not much by the way of coal or coal bearing. A little lignite down here. No big seams as I can see. And still no flux stone. So I'm gonna have to be a bit cautious with steel making. So because I did a reclaim of the fortress, I didn't do the typical embark, so I didn't get a warning as to what stones and metals would be available. So a lot of this is I somewhat deliberately have gone in a little blind. But what that is down here are some places that I could start doing some farming whilst also potentially walling off tunnels to stop nasties coming in. But in order to make that a properly going concern, let's do some more scouting and exploring. So if you're seeing the mini-map up here, the full square is the entire area that I've got to work with. Anything that's just kind of this greyed out space is a place I haven't explored, haven't seen. This grey, this paler grey is the floor level I'm looking at, that's as it always was. This kind of sky blue is an empty space, so there is no floor there. That's where the next space down is. And then if we go up into the fortress again, I can show you where construction has happened, where something has been built. It shows up as orange. So you can see again there, see the little dot of orange where I've got this door. Sorry, getting a bit croaky there. But yes, definitely got some options now of how to deal with this, and also some new threats, because things will show up. Thankfully, because I was aware how risky a embark can be when you're reclaiming, because you have these, generally speaking, ready-built connections into the caverns, and also the threat of whatever was there beforehand, I brought 2 dwarves with combat skills and the equipment for those 2 dwarves. A mace dwarf festing. That is interesting. So that should be enough to start with to deal with minor threats. Okay, I'm seeing a potential issue here. You can't get there because that needs to be channeled out. It's just a cliff drop there. But speaking of channels, I've dug out this hole, so hopefully all of this water should be draining down and filling this space, so we can A, get to the scrolls that were dumped into this pool by the collapse that happened when we embarked, and also have a potential future well of clean water, because there's no other water on this site that I can see. So long term, I'll be looking to tapping an aquifer or doing something like that. But in the short term, I can set up an emergency hospital when I need to, and I've got a source of water here to work with. Where were we? Yes, we were exploring the caverns, weren't we? Have I dug out that space I needed to? Yes, I have. Cool. So, my militia dwarves should be heading on over. Strike pink jade. Still nothing to catch in the central swamps. Is that a achievable route for anyone? Oh no, I still need to go another step further down. Is that a giant cave swallow? Let's have a look. So that, I thought I saw a giant cave swallow. Well, actually, easier way to solve. Look at the other menu. So there is some guests visiting. This profit that we've talked about, some warthogs on the surface, and a cave crocodile down here. So that's something we need to be aware of, because that might be hostile to us. Will almost certainly be hostile to us. It's a crocodile. Oh, looks like I've got a connection issue to chat there. Oh, some migrants have arrived. Let's quickly have a look. Yeah, some new people, some new skills. I think I'm gonna have a bit of a look at those once we've finished our exploring, I think. Something I'll do either towards the end of this stream or at the start of the next stream, which, as previously mentioned, at the start of the night, not streaming next week due to a funeral, but the week after, I might do. Do I need to clean my? Oh, I might just clean my webcam a bit. I'll setting up job permissions properly, labour setup, so that people. It's not, jobs aren't just going to the person who's available, but instead of going to people who either have the skills I want or are people I want to specifically want to skill up in things. Otherwise, what happens is everybody gets to be a stonemason and nobody develops skill, is an individually strong planter, and you end up with very awkward later decision making. Struck a whole bunch of resources because I've just seen this space with more of this. Okay, right. It was this was where it opened up. Right. Caste-based society it's a very strong way of putting it. I'd prefer it to go to talk about it in terms of division of labour. You know, I work professionally in like healthcare support stuff. I wouldn't trust myself to design a video game. Let's have the people who design video games get better at designing video games and have me get better at the kind of healthcare support stuff I do. As opposed to if I was running the corner shop and doing my 1 week and doing my job another week and designing a video game another week, I'd never be building up the same sorts of skills as I would. So just defining which tasks are part of a job and then assigning jobs to dwarves. But yeah, this road seems to be what connects. Might even be a formal road, because I know that in World Gen that can happen. It connects different underground, different fortresses of the civilization. So you can have a merchant caravan show up along one of these roads, which is kind of cool. Yep, I'm not seeing any nasties other than that cave crocodile. So let's. So there's a space that a lot of space at the borders of the map. Kind of to be expected with these types of caverns, but it's still something worth noting. It might take a little bit to properly explore them. More gabbro. Where haven't I seen? There. What are you saying? Cobaltite. Okay. Borax. Well, I'm getting a lot of magma-safe materials here, which is useful. And there is water down here as well, which can come in useful for some future concepts. I think it was like my third fortress that I built in the Steam version. I did I built a magma pump stack, and then I powered it using water wheels fed from the caverns. It took in-game years to build, but there was a lot of me kind of scribbling on square paper in my lunch breaks at work. But it was very satisfying to complete. So maybe we'll do something like that. End up doing something like that here. Found again some more lignite. So that's again useful to see. Quite some serious engineering. Yeah, there's a lot of working out not just what you're going to do, but the order of steps you're going to do it, so that you don't accidentally flood your entire fortress with hot magma, and also working out how much power you need for both the task you're going to do and the losses in transmission of power, because this game models an awful lot. It's not a perfect physics simulation. There is, there are some ways that you can create like perpetual motion machines and things of that nature, but what we're looking at, it does a lot of things sensibly enough. Discovered a downward passage. Right, so there is over over here, question mark? There is somewhere in this space that I've just explored a ramp down into the next layer of caverns. Let's see. If I go over here, I should be able to see more of it. So I think that what's happened here is we've built down passages there. Okay. At least they're claiming it's there. Oh, yep, here it is. So this goes down to our next cavern layer. So we've got a connection into this top cavern layer. There is a passageway down. Hematite, sort of down passage, faint yellow diamond. I know you're thirsty, buddy. We'll be able to fix that for you soon enough. Expansive cavern deep underground. So that's our second cavern layer of 3. And if we look at this, this is bare stone, completely bare stone. Okay, that's interesting. I think it means there's no water on this level at all, because typically you get mud, which gets covered up by moss. But it also means that this is a space I can either wall off or set up some drawbridges or something to protect myself from nastier things that are on the deeper places of the world. Fouler things than orcs, if we're going to get Tolkienian. Although there is some mud. Okay. A lot of gemstones and some native gold is nice. So what else are we working with? What else are we working with here? It's kind of doing some cavern exploration. It'll be alright. Got these big muddy expanses. It's a bit more open this layer than the other ones. Where was my... So here is where the ramp down, pre-existing ramp down was. Oh, troglodyte and dogs are fighting. Woodcutter's fighting. Where the heck is that happening? Troglodytes at the surface? Oh, that's not good. Where the heck did you come up from? Oh, let's see how badly this has gone for us when I've been distracted. Oh. dogs have been injured. Watchdogs. Well, is this the same combat log again? I think it is. There's 2 troglodytes. So troglodytes, as the the wording would imply, are cave-dwelling creatures, cave-dwelling sentient beings. The fact that they're attacking me on the surface, maybe they came up through the like the gaps. I've got a lot of it's a long way up there, and I've only got 2 dwarves down there exploring and defending. But it does highlight how important it is for me to get some defences in place, some proper defences. Mechanisms. That'd be a thing I would need to set up. So I need to put a drawbridge in here to act as a gate, and then a drawbridge downstairs to act as a gate off the whole cavern system. So in order to do that, I'm going to want 4 mechanisms. I've built 1. 2. Sorry. No, I'm going to need more than that because I need 1 for the lever, and then 2 to link. So I need 6. Yeah. Again, once we've explored once we've seen these troglodytes off, there's that one's seriously injured. That one's seriously injured. Tired, nauseous, injured. Motored nerve damage. Right rib paws down. Head is bruised. That might be a problem. Okay, there's more caught here than I thought there was. Okay. Get those built. And then where else can I just set those to cut as well, whilst I'm dealing with cavern stuff. Get a little bit more wood going. Where was I? Yes. I think that between the woodcutter and the bookkeeper I've got up there, remembering that I gave every single dwarf that embarked with me a point in the dodging skill, so everybody is able to at least avoid harm, and the fact that those troglodytes are already seriously injured, I think I'm going to get away with this without any of my dwarves getting injured. Because it looks like woodcutter bruising the body and bruising the guts. Woodcutter has taken a blow, but the bookkeeper is fine. I think I could get away with this without any serious injury. That means I can, could not bring these dwarves back up, 30-something Ziad levels and all of that meandering in order to get involved in the fight. Although long term, I'm going to be trying to work out a way to unify defensive positions. Having one stairwell going up into wild areas of the caverns that I can then channel into a series of cage and weapon traps. That will be my kind of end goal. I might do a stream at some point which is focused on the pure defensive aspects. One starting dehydrated or drowsy unit. Okay. Dehydration because you've been on the job for so long. The sooner we can finish this exploring, the sooner you can go and have a drink. Also, the sooner you stop stumbling into webs, the sooner you can go and have a drink. Head down there. This might be a good opportunity for me to, because there are some very large open areas here with mud. It might be good spaces for me to just wall off a section, build a stairway up into my fortress, and then do farming on cavern mud. I don't have to worry about removing pillars or anything of that like that. I could just, you know, put a dwarf in a mace dwarf fighting the troglodyte. Another dead troglodyte. Okay. Instruction by troglodyte. Are there more troglodytes? Nope. Looks. There you go. Yes, there are. Okay. Just kicking about the surface. Not a fan of that. It's fine. Let's unbid those bits of kit. So many troglodytes on the surface. Okay, get wood there. It's fine. Stone deodorate or drowsy unit. Again, you've got to. It's a long way to get back into the fortress there. I think I might need to. Are you? You're still alive. You're still alive. Cool. Let's check the other animals that were brought by the new migrants. Because if I forget about those, they will starve. Again, more troglodytes. I'm going to need to do something about troglodyte corpses, aren't I? Ugh. So yeah, that's... But... bigger priority for me is working out these caverns, where my risks are. Because yeah, got some... there are some hazards, but there are some real opportunities as well. Looking at things like being able to just go bam bam, walling off a section, roofing off a section, with not that much use of raw stone. That's where I put that station order. Let's try that again, see if they can... over there, more cave swallows. Let's have a look. Still a lot of... well, a pair of troglodytes, that's not too bad. Because so one of the first things I did in the last stream, I set up a meeting area in that blockhouse, which was I set up a meeting area and I set it as a weaponsmith's guild hall, just over distance. So that way, when dwarves don't have jobs to be doing, they are going to be grabbing, gaining weaponsmithing skill. The idea being having everybody have weaponsmithing skill, and so when dwarves generate, how many woodcutters showed up? When they go into a mood, they are likely to be producing weapons because they have weaponsmithing as a craftable skill, as a skill that moods can affect. That's my chain of reasoning, and it seems to be working because there's so many dwarves just kind of hanging out there at the moment. because I haven't set up any of the other things I want set up. More granite, more mica. Again, it's very much igneous geology, which on the one hand is it's a pain because I don't have fluxstone. The other hand is very nice because I've got a lot of magma safe materials, and I've got a lot of means I'm likely to come across magma. Like to come across. Dog's getting hurt again. Gonna have to gather a lot of the animals again as well after this. It's fine. Oh, what have I found? Struck yellow zircon. Ah, they have come down for the exploring again. Good. So a lot of these things that I'm finding, material-wise, are being found in these. I haven't found a generally accepted term for them. Fun boxes, like sealed containers that are dotting the underground caverns. These 3x3 blocks of obsidian with gems set into them. There is a hollow space in the middle with something in it, which that could be fire, it could be a cool item. Again, a previous fortress found an angel trapped in one of these things, and because I channeled it at the top, it couldn't get out. It was a procedurally generated angel that didn't have an ability to fly, for which I was very grateful, because it was just sitting in there yelling at dwarves about fighting it, and they could choose not to because it couldn't get to them. More troglodytes. How many gosh darn troglodytes can there be? Okay, this is wide open. Oh, giant cave swallow. No official position. From the top, I lost and nearly fought to one of them. Yeah. So the trick I found, because the first one I encountered, literally the first time I ever found one of these boxes, I went, oh, mine the gem, and there was magma in the middle. So it just killed my miner instantly. So what I've done since then is worked out the center point at the top and channeled down into that center point, so that if there is lava or something dangerous in there, it doesn't spill out, and then I can do what I need to with that space. Either, build a place to drain magma out and channel it, or just stick a forge on top of it, or stick a floor tile on top of it if it's something nasty and I can distract it for long enough, or just leave it alone. So I think I'll be doing the leave it alone option a bit for now. But yeah, no problem. So I'm not going to say I'm an expert at Dwarf Fortress, but I did spend a long time before the Steam release and then around the Steam release reading and watching tutorials, particularly from Blind and Salford Sal, which are a pair of absolutely fantastic YouTubers and streamers, do a lot of really good work with the community, and that put me in the right headspace to try out things and make my own mistakes, but make them. Any mistakes I made were mine and mine alone. Right, so I need to do some farming desperately because I've got thirsty dwarves. So I need a space in which to farm. So I've got a very tall space here. I could wall off. Are there any ones that aren't quite as tall I can still get to from? Because this is the. That's not the ramp at the centre of the map, is it? That is there. this is the space that my dwarfs can come down to. So this space here probably wants to be, or maybe this space here. So I want an open space with some mud. I want a space I can just wall off, nice and easy, and then put some working spaces next to it. So yeah, let's. I can see why he might be stressed trying to make a living. I'm not a professional streamer by any grounds, and it's so difficult for people who are trying to make it in this industry, trying to make it in this business, to do that. There's no support. A lot of the platforms are extremely user hostile. It's hard life in a lot of ways. So it's some of the best things, the best, entertaining people and being a member of a community is a wonderful thing, but it's not easy, and it's always and it can go away tomorrow like that, and that can be very, very stressful for a lot of people. I can understand why it might, as you say, bum you out. Councils give water, no water source. Right. Going to pause in that case because I've got a well to set up. So I need to channel into that space. I need a hole there. No, channel there. And I need a hole. To deconstruct the floor there and there. I'll designate some bedrooms later as well. Right, so I've now got a connection into my caverns directly into my fortress, which is going to be potentially dangerous in future, but in the meantime I've got things that need doing. So I need to workshops, farming, farm plot, most importantly. 3x6, 4x5. Yeah. There we go. That'll do it. And then I'm going to set some more blocks to be built so I can make walls efficiently. Add new task, make rock blocks, make rock blocks, make rock blocks. I've got tables and chairs as well for later. Channeling those two spaces. Constructions. Well, is under construction, isn't it? Or is it machines and fluids? Machines and fluids. Well, guiding rope blocks, tower cap bucket, pigtail rope, and let's take a shell mechanism. Make a new mechanism so that I can not forget what I need to. Other things I need to do. I'm terrible for getting distracted. Joys of ADHD, I guess. Need a shell block for that. So that's that handled. The other place I need one is, well, another place I need one is there, which would be guiding rope blocks, and then another space I'm going to need one in a moment is there, which will be rock site. I need another three mechanisms. Because I need a third lever and a third. Well, that's operational. Cool. Again, only so much water, but item blocking site. Ah, unforbid that. Okay, spider web. Is that yet another troglodyte? It is yet another troglodyte. For goodness sake, how many troglodytes can one mountain hold? Right. There we go. So that one's been built. I can constructions, machines and fluids, lever. Put a lever down there. Let's name this so I don't forget what it is. And gate. Actually, I might have to just pause for a moment because nature is calling. I will be right back. Yeah, Trades is wondering what kind of cavern dwellers I get. That's going to be a very good question. Uh, so on notable cavern dwellers, one of a fortress I played last year, not on stream, but just I played. I did a volcano embark on a small island because it was the only volcano I could find that had fluxstone. But because it was on a small island, I couldn't get attacked by goblins or anything like that because there was no way for another civilization to get to me. So every time I hit a threshold for wealth, which was often because I was able to smelt for free, effectively, I would be attacked by cavern dwellers. And it was getting to the point where I was getting sort of like waves of 150 Ulmer men, and um, my legendary combat dwarves were passing out from exhaustion and getting killed because they were taking out 30 or 40 each. It was absurd. funny, but absurd. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be facing cabin dwellers very soon because I'm not the nature of this type of embark. I'm coming into a place where there's a lot of stuff already built, so I'm not going to be generating wealth in the same way. I don't need to make equipment because there's already equipment here. I don't need to make furniture because there's already furniture here. I don't need to do much digging because that's stuff because it's already dug. So it's a very different um, kind of experience in that regard. Right, so let's dig out some space for um, some stockpiles and some other construction. Come back to surface. So I can either finish that. I can link this lever to that, and this will be gate lever. So I can now close off this lever, this drawbridge with this lever, and shut this whole thing down should I need to, which is quite nice. I'm also going to put another floor tile down there so people don't accidentally fall into the well. Got weaponsmith. Is these new notifications? So, let's put that on the next landing up here. Machines, lever, shell mechanism, and then put you there. Aha! So, going to be growing plump helmets as much as the whole year round on this farm plot because I am in need of food. It is early autumn, so that's I'm going to get a trade caravan. I don't have much that I've done, but there's trade goods sitting around from before the fall that I can buy what I need to with, and I'm desperately short on booze, so that's a good sign. It's not a good sign that I'm desperately short on booze. It's a good sign that traders show up before I start having serious issues. Hopefully the game isn't crashing. It's taking a little while to save world info. Might just be because I've got OBS and Chrome and Dwarf Fortress all running and Steam and Discord. Might just be that I don't quite have enough juice in this PC. So the thing I'm going to do now is pause briefly and work out how I'm going to secure this space. Because I think the right plan for me would be the wall there. Walling off that space. Walling off of that space. And then putting a ceiling on it. Right. So workshops, farming, still. Shell blocks. Going to put a stockpile down here. Let's make it fill that space, fill that space. That's going to be food, seeds, plump helmet spawn, and include no barrels. And then over here, I can do stockpile, food, plant helmets, which is under plants, and that is all. And then use some of that as a space to store alcohol in the meantime. Link lever, and then that's going to be farm gate. So that's going to be farm. Where are you? Linking that lever to this space, and that is cover gate. So that is spaces that I can lock. I can now lock everything away, and everything can be safe. Oh, have I still got you guys stationed somewhere in the lower caverns? That's probably not great. Yeah, I have explored everything, haven't I? There's no further way down. Yeah, let's end your thing. Schedule you as staggered training monthly, and then towards the end of the stream, maybe, depending on how much time I've got, I'll set up a barracks. Haven't yet, but there's plenty of space for me to work with. Okay, so kind of back up here. Got this wood that's being collected. Whilst that's all going on, let's see. Make a wooden bin. Make, say, 4 wooden bins, and then 1, 2, 3 wooden barrels, just to deal with some of this accumulated nonsense. Again, there's just all of these blinking troglodytes. A farmer's been found dead. Okay, that's that right there is a giant cave spider that has just absolutely murdered a dwarf. I did not see that there before, and I probably should have walled this off before starting to farm it. Right. That's bad. Okay. So, giant cave spider. I'm just going to quickly look if I've any other giant cave spiders I've seen. Nope, just this one. But that's probably all that needs to be. Ability to stand somewhat impaired. First leg smash. Oh. Put up a fight though. Combat. Giant cave spider is fighting. Misses the weaponsmith. Killing my chief medical. Okay. Just seeing if it's done any harm to the other dwarf that's there. Seems to be a woodcutter there as well. Does seem to be that. I don't like doing this, but it might be the only way that I have no functional hospital at the moment. That is a true statement. Time for me to set one of those up, I think. Let's go to yeah, I've got the well here, so I can set dormitory here. For the sake of argument, going to be part of the new hospital. I'm going to need to assign a chief medical dwarf, because my previous one is the guy who just got eaten. Nobody has any skills. It's fantastic. Let's grab you. You're a bone carver. That's the next best thing. And going to want furniture, a bed. Let's grab a nice tunnel tube bed. A nice tunnel tube bed and a table. Nice iron table. So if by some miracle I can take out this giant cave spider, we can potentially treat the survivor of this attack. Though I'm annoyed as heck with myself, I didn't notice that thing coming. So the other thing I'm going to want to do is set up a tomb for that dwarf. Add new task. Let's make a rock coffin, and then let's set up. Where was it? Oh, yeah, it was up here. It had this weird kind of set of pillars. So what we can do is knock out that pillar and put a tomb there. So I do have DF hack installed, which is why I'm getting this notification that I've got this injured dwarf and no functioning hospital. Hopefully this can all get resolved before. Alright, combat, giant cave spider. Where are you? Other giant cave spider. Health, description. Okay, so the legs have been injured. Doesn't stop her from climbing though, which is annoying. I can't remember if web spitters can spit down. I think it has to be on the same Z level. No, that went about as well as I deserved to. Did I get a blow in at all? Attacked in the middle and deflected. No, just immediately webbed and killed. Fantastic. So it might just be that I have to... No, I don't want to. I'm just going to have to do something about that at a later date. Maybe do a cage trap and then lure it in? That might work. It's crazy enough to work. Mechanisms. Because they can be caught in traps, I believe. So if I... Yeah. Plan. I could set a second tomb up as well, because that was extremely unfortunate. People might be asking why I'm setting up separate tomb areas. It used to be that in Classic you could just have one tomb complex, and it would not cabinet, coffin, and you could just make as many tombs as you had coffins would go into that place. In the point 5 update, which was the Steam relaunch, you have to make a separate tomb designation for each dead person. Otherwise, it just becomes a more elaborate tomb, and everything in that is counted towards the value of that one tomb. It makes a certain amount of sense, but it does get a little irritating if you've got like trying to just bury normal people, and you're having to set lots of little zones. Hopefully I won't need to do much more of that. Right, let's do some of the other stuff I need to do here, so that this hasn't been a complete lost evening, because my goodness, I've just lost 2 of the dwarves that were supposed to be like core members of my society are dead. Straight up dead, because I wasn't being sensible about approaching this. I knew they were dangerous, but I was not prepared for quite how dangerous. Yeah, let's get a barracks up here as well. Just again, this is all temporary. We'll train and store their kit. Do I have... No, I don't have any weapon racks. Okay. So don't have a functioning hospital. Let's look at tasks. What are my tasks here? Storing item, resting, diagnosing patient. Why isn't there a recover wounded? Probably because I don't have the hospital properly set up yet. Because it's got that table that needs building. That's one dead, two dead dwarves and one potentially dead dwarf. Although he has been brought to the hospital. Looks like, or is being brought to the hospital. Okay, what else do I need up here? I need furniture, a chest. There's no end of them. Combat. Let's clear those combats. And nobles administrators, bookkeeper, it's going to be getting an office, and my expedition leader is going to be getting an office. So that's something. Noble screen as well. It's militia commander. Adequate addition office leader. It's a weaponsmith. Go with that then. Just in case. Ba -ba 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 -ba. Scrolling down. Gonna lock everything in. And then make a cage trap so that I can maybe trap this. I know he's been found dead. He's already been found. I'm setting up a tomb for him and everything. Where am I setting up the tomb? It's here, yes. There we go. Smoothing those as a high priority. And then construction, furniture, burial. Population 13. Not great. Oh, yeah, my other... So the dwarf that died... fighting the beast has been declared missing, officially. Yeah. So they'll find his body and inter it at a later date, but in the meantime, we've just got this significant issue. That's made this space secure. So there's nothing that can come in or out on that space. Although there is this opening here, which makes me worried, because I haven't got a way to secure that yet. Supply caravans. Okay, let's do some trading. I believe I still have a broker. Broker requested at the depot. Yeah, we've got people missing for a week. Stray cats convert to kittens. At least something good is happening. Merchants have arrived and are unloading their goods. Right, moving goods to and from depot. Let's have a look at what is available to us to trade away. There's a lot of weapons, although I might keep some of these for melting down. Probably sell some of the stuff that's been decorated. Just so we can get some immediate resources. There's leather amulets, which I'm perfectly happy to just say take. Broker is conducting a meeting. Is my broker my manager? That might have been a bad call. My expedition leader. Trader is ready to trade, but I'm not yet. Tasks, bring that into depot, drink, sleep, store item. Okay, yeah, there you are. Right, let's have a look. What have you got here that I want? So I do want to buy things. New cage. Let's get some more alcohol, because I currently have something of an issue. Steel breastplate's tempting, but I think I've got steel downstairs. Sand, rock nuts. Don't need anvils. Emphatically don't need anvils. Can grab some club helmets. And yeah, that's more or less it as far as I can tell. Yeah, so if I let's wait for you to get some of this. Wait for them to bring the stuff I've told them to bring to the place I've told them to bring it. Once again, this horrible beastie. Hopefully it'll stumble into the cave. It'll want to. My gut feeling is it'll go, tasty dwarves, and try and get into my fortress, and that'll be the route it takes through this cage trap. That's what I'm hoping will happen. So I'll have a caged angry giant cave spider, rather than all the other nonsense that I might have to deal with. Though I need to be prepared for them in future, which is a potential problem. Oh boy. Also need to make rock blocks, make rock weapon rack, make rock armor stand, so I can properly kit out the bin. Now he's gone to sleep. Great. Got puppies. Come on. baby decided to sleep now. It's very inconvenient timing. Why is he cleaning? Is it blood or... Conduct meeting. Good job is there. Yep. Found dead. Cool. Question is by whom, because I don't want this to be happening. I don't have anybody set to gathering threads, I don't think. Stone stockpile, pick up equipment. Ah, that's a thing. That might be my problem with the diagnosis thing. I've got to actually set a doctor. Yeah, that could have gone a lot better. Today could have gone a lot better in terms of output. I might do some tidying up off stream, to be honest. Move some of the stuff up here down, just of how often I'm pausing to be abreast of situations. I might just come in, pause, move a bunch of zones, set up a bunch of bedrooms. Some migrants arrived, and deal with jobs and migrants. Because I don't feel like 2 hours isn't that much time. Diplomacy, okay. Much to share. What do I want for next year's caravan? Plump helmet spawn. I'm gonna want drinks. The stuff that I'm not making from plump helmets. And stone. Where's stone? Stone. Because I want limestone. Chalk. Marble. What are the other two? Calcite. I'm trying to remember my flux stones, and it's been a hot minute. I think it's diorite. Yeah. Everything else, I think I can more or less get away with. I don't think I need to import any other animals. Yeah. Bracelets and plants is expected. That's a requirement. Okay, that's fine. You've conducted your trading. Is there somebody better suited to be a broker? Yes, supplies. Good. Then I can just set someone else to do the job, and then 7 thieving and mysterious creatures. This is the other reason why locking off the caverns is important. But hopefully they don't have a way in. Tasks. Do have a child here. Trade. Right, so let's actually do this trading now. I've got a better idea of value. Let's grab some milk, wine, ale, beer, rum. Grab some empty bags. Club helmets. Some thread as well. So I do have plenty to trade away here. I can just do... If I just do these 2 copper spears... I won't trade as a loss. Okay. I'm seeing that as a big profit for them. So if I just throw those in. Ah, wonderful. Thank you for your business. Cool. So that's that settled, and I can move to goods from the depot. Unselect all of that. What was it? It was weapons, wasn't it? The other thing I was using. So put things away. So I'm done with them. It's rotting. It's one corpse left. I put the... Is nobody going to put away the body? I've made a tomb. The tomb is assigned. To a depot. Okay, so that's dealt with. Constructions, wall there. More blocks. Yeah, it's awkward one. Update equipment. Doesn't have better kit available. So that could have gone... In theory, could have gone worse. Definitely could have gone better. Um, add new task. Make a wooden cage. Make a wooden cage. And custom this one. Pop helmet spawn no longer, so that all gets moved downstairs. I don't like how it's awkward to work with bags in stockpiles, but we'll survive. Yeah, let's just work with this space. I need to do something about that. I really do. I'll make it work. Why is nobody trying to move his body? Oh, legendary woodcut, legendary carpet, legendary booyah. Interesting. One group assistance stranded. Yeah, because that's what happens when you run away and when I'm trying to build a thing. Right. Let's open up that access point so that I can deal with all of this other stuff. And it's been a partial success. Also, I'll call it a partial success. If I can set this up to lock things away, then I need 27 blocks. Right. Means I need to do some more digging out, but it's not an unreasonable thing for me to do over here anyway. Does not need to be that high priority. Plump helmet spawn. You've got plump helmet spawn. Needs an empty bucket to give water to the. Oh, everything is just wooden bucket. Everything's just that little bit more awkward than it needs to be. I'll do some relocating. That'll make things easier. So I can start on the roof. And yeah, we've got about 5 minutes left of the stream tonight, so what else on my targets here? Sort out the furniture. No, it's under military weapon rack. Like a weapon rack, military, armor stand, micro armor stand. Those are both, yeah, in that barracks. Where's this masterpiece target bucket? Yeah, I'm going to need to do a bunch of bedroom designating and similar, probably off stream, but dealing with some of this. God only knows what I've got in my Well, now I've got a bookkeeper, it's probably going to go a bit smoother. I'm going to know what's going on. I'll have the ability to know what's going on. But yeah, the troglodyte problem and the giant cave spider problem are serious issues. Merchants will be leaving soon. I've built you an empty bucket so you don't deal with that cancellation. Have a look at the tasks. Store item in bin. Why is nobody putting anything in the tomb? Do I need to delete and redesignate the tomb? Because I put the... Yeah, I think I might need to because I put the thing in afterwards. Put the coffin in afterwards. Alright, so it's made of kimberlite, cassiterite, dolomite, hematite. Dolomite is a flux stone. That is a point. They don't seem to be limited by the available stones when they're setting up their starting materials, starting forges and the like. That is useful to know. Right. Just looking at available. This is still a point of risk. Can I put another cage trap in? No, I need another mechanism. Set the militia to deal with the naked mole dogs. And so that's what dealt with. Tasks. Again, nobody's handling the bodies. I would have thought that would be prioritised. Alas. We've got 20. Okay. So I need to put a floor down all the way there, and that's one injured citizen. Okay. Did you just not gather your equipment? So much plant growth that's cropped up over the last few months. Might be able to deal with some of my other issues. But oh my goodness, I need to. So many things that I'm looking at this and going, I need to deal with this now, I need to deal with this now. I just end up with this kind of decision paralysis. And it takes me so long to do any single element of it. No, I've got a plan. Got a plan. Plan is I put all the bodies away. Pound pasture, construct building, pick up equipment. Store items in stockpiles, store items in bins. I don't know why they're not doing the tombs. I'm sure it'll happen at some point, but until then, it's too many naked Moldogs. Yes, it's 9 o'clock has been and gone. I will save this, and as I've been musing to myself a little bit, probably open up the save file tomorrow or the day after off stream and do a bunch of redesignating, just so I can have things in places that make sense and have all of the kind of the flim flam that goes along with that dealt with off stream, so we can make some actual progress. Um, yeah, but it has been a pleasure. I'll be uploading this to my YouTubes. If you want to check that out, my Twitch that you're watching it here, hopefully, is on screen. My YouTube, as you're seeing here, is on screen. My Twitter here is on screen. I announce my streams a little bit before I go live on Twitter. All of my streams get uploaded to YouTube. So that's my Dishonored Let's Play, that's my Geneforge Let's Play, that's this, plus some other bits and pieces that I've done over the years. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Once again, the song that I played over the intro was A New Hero in Town by Kevin MacLeod. And thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Stressed out as I got with some poor decisions. I'm going to have to deal with a lot of nonsense here, but I think I can make it work. Thank you very much, and we'll see you week after next, probably.